fellow YouTubers and ship geeks alike. This is your old friend Commodore Urban, and I'm going to do a book review with you. But normally when I do a book review with you guys, it's always with books I own. I started thinking to myself, maybe I should do book reviews on books I don't own, or books I get from the library, or through interlibrary loan. And so I figured I would do this since I had this book with me right now. I have this through interlibrary loan. But it's Eric Sauter's RMS Lusitania, The Ship and Her Record. It was published in 2005 by Tempest Publishing out of Stroud, Gloucestershire, UK. And the price of the book is £14, which I don't know what that translates to. But anyway, this book is basically a kind of a generalized history of the Lusitania. On the first page here you see has a really beautiful sketch of the ship done by Ken Marshall of her doing her speed trials. And I have to say, I've always been fascinated with the Lusitania and stuff, and I've actually found out about this book, and I've known of Eric Sauter, and I know that one of my good friends he's friends with Mr. Sauter, so I figured I'd start reading some of his books, and I actually own a book written by Eric Sauter with Ken Marshall, which is RMS Lusitania, The Triumph of the Edwardian Age. And I'll do a book review of that here soon if I dig through my book collection first. But anyway, basically this book kind of gives you kind of a detailed layout of the history of the ship, and there's some really interesting pictures here. As you can see here, that's an actual illustration of what the ship was supposed to look like. She was supposed to have been triple screwed and 3-funneled. And this is the man who was responsible for the idea of the ship, Lord Inverclyde. It says right here, Cunard Chairman Lord Inverclyde was the driving force behind the construction of Lusitania and Mauretania. Unfortunately, he never saw his dream become a reality. He died on the 8th of October 1905, 8 months before the launch of the Lusitania. Although his outstanding business acumen, he set the stage for Cunard's greatest successes for the next 6 decades. Wow. That's what you call a great chairman. And this is a really fascinating book. I mean, you got all these incredible pictures. Just incredible photos of this ship. Photos I never believed, like right here, this one here of her being launched. That's incredible. I have never, ever seen photos ever of this ship. Not like this. Like this one of her being fitted out. I've never ever have seen these pictures ever before. And that's what Eric Sauter has done. He has brought together this amazing collection of photographs with a kind of a real detailed summary of the ship's history. And it's kind of funny because he's written right here, having researched the Lusitania for the past 20 years, I found that full justice could not be done to the overwhelming magnitude of the story in a single volume. The sheer amount of information is too much for any publisher to reasonably put it into print. Because of this, a companion website of this volume has been developed to tell more of the story of this great ship and the people who sailed her. Please visit www.northatlanticrun.com, and I'll put that in the comment. I'll put that in my comment section down below so you guys can visit it. I haven't visited yet, so I'll need to. And I think that's kind of cool that he actually developed a website to kind of be a companion for this book, in which I found out he wrote another book about her called The Unseen Lusitania, which I want to check out. And there's this really fascinating picture here. If you can see it here, that's the Aquitania, but this picture here, that's of her in dry dock. If you kind of see it really well, if I can show you, you can see that. I mean that's incredible. And the neat thing, the caption beside it here, it says, it was during the pre-maiden voyage dry docking in Liverpool that the white stripe just under her forecastle was painted black in order to bring her in line with the other ships of the fleet. Now see, the reason why they did that, because their sister, the Mauretania, had a solid black hull, and they wanted the Lusitania to kind of match up with her sister. But if you know, like me, the Lusitania and Mauretania were two totally different ships, kind of based on the basic principle design laid out both by the Cunard and the British Admiralty. So, and there's another really interesting photo right here too. All these funnels. That's both the Lusitania, Mauritania, and Liverpool. And that's crazy. I mean, I've never seen pictures. But it's really neat, this book is. I mean, there's even a colored section in here, too. A color section that shows colored stuff, like pictures and photos. And there's a piece of scroll work off the stern of the Lusitania, because on both sides, she had this really pretty scrolling work that was done on the ship, and that's a piece of it. There's another picture here of the liner's second whistle, which was a single chimer, which was salvaged in 1982. And just pictures of the wreck. I mean, it's just a fantastic book. I mean, like these pictures here, you can see, I can show you here. I mean, this is a really wonderful book. And I actually tried to buy this book at one time before I got a hold of this, because I was wanting to try to build up my library, and I wanted some more Lusitania books. But, you know, as you can, you know, I looked online, and this book goes for about $30 online, which I think is kind of crazy. But after looking at it, see, there's pictures of the lifeboats after the fact. I mean, and there's a picture here of a gentleman holding one of the windows from the promenade of the upper portion of the ship, which Mr. Sauter has that piece in his collection. It says right here that this is the only window of this pattern salvaged and is presently in the author's collection. Lucky dog. And there's a picture of the salvage propeller, one of the 3 salvage propellers. And the thing I found out in this book is said that, if I could find it, the second of the 3 salvage propellers was melted down and to produce 3,500 sets of commemorative golf clubs called the Lusitania Legacy. The fuck? Why golf clubs? Why not just leave the propeller like it was and make a memorial with it to honor the people that died in the sinking in the ship? That's stupid. I think it's utterly retarded. But I have to say, overall, Eric Sauter's book on the Lusitania is a must-read if you want to learn more about the subject. And if you're like me, you love ocean liner books, it is a must-own. Get this book. You won't regret it. And this is your friend Commodore Urban saying, have clear skies and fair seas. So long, my